Each aircraft has weight limits that are specified by the manufacturer in the aircraft's owner's manual. These weight limits have to do with how much weight can be in the airplane when the airplane takes off or lands, and how that weight is loaded inside of the aircraft. Weight includes everything from the pilot to fuel, jumpers, weight of the oil, and any other equipment that's in the airplane. When you calculate the total weight of everything, it is possible to determine where the center of gravity is at in the aircraft. For example, if too much weight is loaded in the tail of the airplane, the center of gravity is farther back. There are limits to how far forward or aft the center of gravity can be for a given weight of the airplane. Seatbelts are required for taxi, takeoff, and landing, not only to help prevent injury, but also to make sure the weight stays distributed correctly within the center of gravity limits. It is possible for someone moving around in the aircraft to change how the center of gravity is distributed, and could potentially even take that center of gravity outside of the limits that are approved by the aircraft manual. This can be more of an issue with larger aircraft or aircraft with a door near the rear because more weight is moving toward the tail of the aircraft. A lot of these aircraft will have different markings in the airplane that indicate how many people can be behind a certain point in the aircraft at any given time. For example, they may say no more than 10 people aft or behind this line at any point. If your group is following a larger group, you may have to stand behind that line until the first group fully exits the aircraft before you move into the exit position. If a large number of people are exiting together, you may want to inform the pilot about this so they can be prepared also. The reason this is important to skydivers is because an aircraft that has stalled is less recoverable if too much weight is too far back in the aircraft. Another way to put it is that if the center of gravity is too far aft, a stalled aircraft has a harder time to recover. Jumpers outside of the aircraft can also impact how the aircraft flies. Jumpers can disrupt or block airflow traveling over the control surfaces of the aircraft. The more people you have outside of the aircraft, either hanging on the outside or on a step, it creates more drag. The more drag makes it harder to maintain sufficient airspeed for the pilot. As you start putting floaters outside of the aircraft, it's best to try and exit quickly so that they aren't creating too much drag for an extended amount of time on the aircraft. These are the instructions you will follow if we have an issue with the airplane during the flight. Below 1,500 feet, we are going to land with the airplane, seatbelts on, helmets on, knees to your chest, and you're going to grab the person's rig that's in front of you and head tucked down. In this situation, we may have an engine failure and we can still land with the airplane. Below 1,500 feet, if we have a catastrophic aircraft failure, such as wings coming off the airplane, we're going to try and exit if we can. Above 1,500 feet, we're going to exit the aircraft and deploy our reserve parachute. We will have you grab your reserve handle, have you jump, arch, count 1,000, 2 1,000, and then pull your reserve handle. Above 3,000 feet, we have enough altitude to deploy your main parachute. We'll have you grab the main pilot chute handle, the BOC, have you exit, count 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and pull to deploy your main parachute.